Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to the Presumed Innocent Project. This is James. I want to talk to you briefly today about finding your purpose, about how important it is to either discover your purpose, refine your purpose, strengthen your purpose. Because if you don't have a purpose, whether you're a defense attorney, whether you're a civil litigator, whether you're any kind of business person or mother or father, if you don't have a deeper purpose beyond just getting through each and every day, you're going to struggle. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get burned out. One of the biggest problems that attorneys have is burnout. They get stuck in a particular position thinking that that position, once they get it, will make them happy, will make every problem disappear, will make everything great. But then the reality of the day-to-day work, whether you're working for a partner, whether you're your own boss running your own law practice, the day-to-day grind gets tedious and it gets difficult. So it forces us to recognize how important it is to have a purpose in our lives. And so as attorneys, and especially for all of you who are defense attorneys, it's critical for us to really discover, to crystallize our purpose in the law and in the criminal justice system, because people's lives are at stake. People's future, their liberty, is in our hands. So that's why I want to just talk to you briefly about finding your purpose. I think so many of us, when we thought about becoming lawyers, our purpose was to take the LSAT and get into law school. That seemed like a big enough goal, a big enough purpose. Once we get into law school, our purpose shifts. Our purpose is to be good students so we can graduate and we can get a law degree. Once we graduate and get a law degree, our purpose shifts a little further to something, take the bar exam. Not only take the bar exam, but pass the bar exam so we can actually practice law. And I think what happens when so many of our goals become our purpose in life, as whether we did it when we were in our 20s or in our 40s or 50s, get into law school, go to law school, graduate, take the bar exam, we equate these goals with our purpose. And I think it becomes so easy to then lose sight of our individual humanity and what we bring to this world as human beings, men and women, not just as lawyers. Because our goals as young aspiring attorneys is to become a practicing attorney. And then once we get there, the busyness of the law, the practice of law, seems to take over, almost so much that we have no time to really discover our purpose or to live out our purpose. We feel like we just have to keep up with the requirements of the practice of law. And yet, at the same time, and I say this after almost 20 years working in the justice system, is that every year goes by a little faster. And then a year becomes 5 years, and 5 years becomes 10 years, becomes 20 years. And now I have these conversations with my father, who's 84 years old, and he says his life feels like it was just a matter of a few years. So it is essential, if we want to live a life that is worth living, that we can be happy about and proud of and can contribute to society, but also to criminal justice reform and helping people who are accused of crimes and are innocent, or helping people accused of crimes that they didn't commit, more serious than what they committed. Whatever the case may be, there can be so many different purposes as attorneys, as criminal defense attorneys. It's just a matter of, what is your purpose? What is my purpose? And we can have a variety of purposes. We can be father, mother, friend, sister, brother. still children, if we have parents who are alive. Many purposes, but as attorneys, I think it is so important, and very few people actually take the time to discover their true purpose as attorneys. Really take the time to discover what fires them up, what charges them up, what gets them out of bed after they've been doing the same thing for years or decades. What is your deeper purpose? And that's why I want to simply put that question out to you. What is your purpose as an attorney? What is your purpose today, here and now? What has been your purpose this past week? Unless we step back and try to get some perspective on life, how quickly life passes, but also how our busyness makes it harder to really tap into our true purpose sometimes. We have to just take the time to focus on this question, to focus on this area of life, which is what is our purpose. Some of the most successful attorneys understood this question and took time to discover their true purpose. We can think about somebody like Johnnie Cochran, probably one of the best known criminal defense attorneys. And it's interesting when you learn a little more about his life, was that he went back and forth between criminal defense and prosecution, I think 2 or 3 different times. He was also a civil plaintiff's lawyer who filed civil rights actions. But what seemed to be his overarching purpose was seeking equality, seeking equal justice for all races, and fighting for that both on the civil rights side but also on the criminal defense side. So I think we could say one of Johnnie Cochran's purposes, I'm sure there were many, was to fight for equal rights for people of all races, to fight for justice equally applied to everyone. And he did that so well, and he left a legacy. And we can see specific cases where that was accomplished as he represented his clients. So I put out this call to you as someone who may be interested in criminal justice reform, who may be interested in developing your own criminal defense practice, or maybe someone who just dabbles in criminal defense work, but you want to do better work for your clients. Think about your purpose. Discover or rediscover or refine your purpose, because that is what will give meaning to your work. That is what will give more value to the technical work that you do, and will give you inspiration to take your work beyond just the technical to the inspirational. Because if we really want any meaningful change to happen in the criminal justice system, it really has to begin with people like you and I, who are defense attorneys, who are attorneys working within the legal system, who day in and day out have to make decisions about how well we represent our clients, what we're focused on, whether we choose money over service, or how we balance all of these different pressures and issues and challenges that we face. If you have an overarching purpose, it's a lot easier. The things that aren't as important, you can ignore much easier if you have a purpose. The things that fall within the range of your purpose are higher priority, are worth taking the time to work on, to give your time and your service and your attention to. But if you don't have a purpose, you'll be tossed around like the ship on an angry ocean where the waves are tossing it to and fro. So I would just want to urge you to take some time this weekend, or take some time whenever you hear this video, to think about your purpose. And if you think you have a purpose, great, you do, but think about it a little more deeply and see if you can refine that even more. Because I can almost guarantee you, the stronger and more clear your purpose is in life, the more focused you will be on setting goals, and the more accountable you will hold yourself to achieving those goals, and the more successful you will be in attaining those goals, not only as an individual, but also as you serve your clients and you seek to represent them zealously, with strength and with purpose. So take some time to discover, to rediscover, to refine your purpose. Be strong in your purpose so you can make a difference, whether it's in the criminal justice system or in the legal system as a whole. Or if you're not a lawyer, your purpose can make a huge difference wherever you are. Stay strong, fight for criminal justice reform. Go discover your purpose.